Hi, and welcome to Subsistence, the Survival Guide. This video will take you through the basics like hunting, cooking, and the more advanced systems available in the game at the moment. Hopefully this should make surviving the cruel world of Subsistence a little easier. Okay, let's take a brief look at the control and graphic options in the game. You've got your standard config, all of which are rebindable, and here's your graphics options. All of these options are available in-game at any time. To begin with, here's your main inventory with your starting loadout. To the right you can see your current crafting options, clothes, medical supplies, building options, and ammo. For now we'll go off and chop some trees because, like in most survival games, wood is vital in the early stages. Currently you do start with an axe, all weapons, and a small supply of ammunition, but these will run out quickly as it's really dangerous out there. I will show you how to get more in a moment. To survive the cold nights you're going to need to build a campfire, so I'm going to do that now. The campfires require sticks and logs. To make sticks you can craft them directly in your main inventory. Or you can drag and drop the axe over a log and click the option. Now that you have these items, you can craft your campfire. I'll place it when I find a prime location. The only way of getting the majority of the resources is by finding boxes. There are 3 types of boxes scattered around the world. This one is an ammo box. In here you'll get additional ammo, or the supplies to make them. Here is a medical box. As well as containing their specialist items, many boxes also contain random items which will aid in your survival, like in this case matches. This one is a building supply box, so obviously it contains things needed to build up your base. In this case it's circuit boards and nails, which will be very useful. Running around the wilderness you're going to sustain a lot of injuries, so I'll show you how to deal with these. After running off a rock you can see in the bottom right that I have broken my leg and I am bleeding. You have to craft a splint using sticks and bandages to fix your leg. You can bandage yourself to stop bleeding and restore some health. You need cloth to craft bandages, which can be found in boxes or by ripping up your clothes. Now that the splint is applied, you'll be able to move at full speed again. The world is full of dangers, so be aware of your surroundings when out gathering. Try not to engage too many animals in the early stages, as you just won't have enough ammunition to fight them all off. So you'll want to try and be as sneaky as possible. Of course you're not going to be able to avoid them altogether, as you do need to eat them, so I'm going to hunt this bear down now. I'm going to use the shotgun, so I'll need to get in a bit closer. The animals are quite intuitive, so look out for signs that they have detected you. After a well-earned kill, always remember to harvest the meat. Crouch next to the carcass and use your axe to butcher it. Once opened up, you'll get your meat. There are 2 different types of meat, steak and liver. Liver is the more nutritious of the 2. If you haven't already, now's a good time to place the campfire. The fire has 3 slots for your meat and requires fuel and matches to ignite. As you add wood you'll see the fuel bar go up. Also, every time you light a fire you'll use 1 match, so use them wisely. Whilst the food is cooking, I'm going to go off and harvest a couple of trees. need to keep an eye on your meat as it goes through different stages of cooking. This meat is slightly cooked, which gives more nourishment than eating it raw. Ideally you want to cook it fully, but be careful as the meat will burn if left unattended. The bottom right shows your protein, carbohydrate and hydration indicators. You need to try and keep these as balanced as possible, as this affects your stamina. Meat increases protein, fruit your carbs, and water increases hydration. A nice feature is that you can combine water and berries to make berry water, which is slightly more beneficial than consuming them individually. Now you're going to need to start building your base. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible to start with and expand as I go. In your craft menu you'll see your basic build options. You can see under the standard buildables the alternative versions of each item, such as curved or windowed walls, normal or step foundations, and so on. We'll start with a foundation, but it's a good idea to get a good supply of planks crafting whilst you begin building. Foundations can be raised, lowered, rotated and placed anywhere on the map, as there are no restrictions on where you can build, although you cannot build within a certain radius of another player's base command unit. I'll be covering this in more detail in a moment. You need at least one foundation and one wall to place your base command unit, or BCU as I shall now be calling it. You can craft your base command unit from your main inventory. Currently it is crafted from circuit boards, scrap metal and planks. The BCU must be placed on a wall or door frame. From the BCU you can monitor your base's power and mass production as well as storage. Also you have access to some more advanced construction options. Once you have placed your BCU, you will notice the locator icon appear. This allows you to find your base wherever you are on the map, as the indicator can always be seen. All players that are currently assigned to the BCU will also see this locator. Obviously this base isn't very secure, so I'll just craft some more walls, a door and a ceiling to get an extremely basic house which will serve you well in the early stages of the game. You can easily expand your base at any time. There is an optional snapping mechanic which makes it very easy to place any building component, as you can see here with the walls. Now that the door is up, only people assigned to the BCU will be able to open and close it. If any player not assigned to the BCU tries to open the door, it will instead knock, alerting you to their presence. You can also move items closer and further away from you, which makes placing those awkward items simple. The keys for item movement can be seen in the bottom corner of the screen. In your BCU you can see that the green bar is your power and mass is displayed by the blue. The Players tab allows you to add and remove other players from your BCU. Just select their name from the list. You can rename your base to anything you like. You'll see this displayed in blue in the bottom right when you are in range of your BCU. Other players' BCU names will appear in red, and when you see this, you are restricted from building there. The BCU generates a small steady supply of mass and power. All items that can be built in the BCU need these resources as well as others to craft. The requirements can be seen listed below the item you wish to craft, as you can see here with the wood burner. The wood burner is a more efficient version of the campfire. Some of the base items use power passively, so you'll need to create more power. You'll want to build a power generator and maybe some lights, as without windows or at night the house will be dark. Lights use more power than the BCU provides, so you'll need to place the power generator first. At the moment, generators run on wood, which needs to be added as a fuel, and like the campfire, you will see the fuel bar increase. You can turn the generator on and off as needed. When you go back to your BCU, you will see that the power production has now increased. There is an overdrive feature on the generator to be used in emergencies that produces twice as much power but uses 4 times as much fuel. Once you're generating power, you can start putting up your lights. Like the BCU, they can be placed anywhere on a wall or door frame. They can be built inside or outside your base. Now that we've got some light in here, I'm going to build and place a bed. The bed will allow you to spawn in your base. You get 1 free spawn with the bed. All additional spawns need to be purchased prior to use. Each spawn costs 1000 power. I can't afford another spawn now, so I'll boost up the generator to get it done a bit quicker and come back in a moment. As you progress, you're going to want to expand your base. Anyone assigned to the BCU can place or remove buildables. I'm going to take down this light and wall so I can extend the house. To remove items, press and hold delete. I'm going to use a curved foundation and windowed wall. Probably not the most tactical choice to place the window on the ground floor, however I wanted to demonstrate some of the other build options. I'm just going to finish off this expansion and then I'll show you some more of the base items. Now that I've got a bit more room, I'm going to build a storage box. As you would expect, you can store items in it that you may not wish to take out with you. Now that the box is placed, just drag and drop items into it. I've now stored up enough power to buy another spawn. Simply access the bed and click the buy spawn button. There's no limit to the amount of spawns you can buy. We now have a fairly secure base with a power generator, storage box and bed, so it's a good time to take a look at upgrading your weapons, which is done through the weapons bench. Once the weapons bench is placed, anyone assigned to the BCU can use it. Some of the weapon upgrades require quite a lot of power. That combined with the other demands on your power means that we'll need to build a power storage unit. Power storage units can be built anywhere in the base and connect automatically to the BCU. Every power storage unit gives you the ability to store an additional 1000 power. You can see the extra storage capacity in the BCU and power storage unit itself. In the weapons bench you'll see 2 tabs, one to craft weapons and the other to upgrade them. Drag and drop the weapon you want to upgrade into the slot provided and you'll have the choice of 3 options: firepower, clip size and reload speed. Each of these options has 3 levels. Weapons, however, only have a limited amount of upgrade slots, so it's up to you which combination you select. I'm going to upgrade the shotgun to level 1 firepower. I just want to show you what the weapons look like mounted on the bench, so I'm going to put them in the upgrade slots so you can see that. red dots above the gun show the number of upgrades it has. As I'm taking damage from hunger, I need to get some meat. So while out hunting, I'm going to take the opportunity to show you a few of the weapons with firepower upgrades. This is a level 1 shotgun on a level 1 bear. Now I'm going to upgrade the shotgun's firepower to level 2. This is the shotgun with the second firepower upgrade on another level 1 bear. Here is the shotgun with level 3 firepower, this time on a level 2 bear. And the rifle at level 1 firepower. And finally level 3 firepower on the rifle. Having upgraded weapons definitely makes killing animals easier, but be careful as they can still take you by surprise. Another reason to be cautious is that animals level up and regenerate health when they kill human players. If you need more mass than the BCU provides, currently the only way to acquire this is by building a recycler. The recycler converts unwanted items into mass, although you can add any item as well as harvest to feed your mass needs. Each item has a different mass value. You can add items in stacks or individually. With the recycler now online, you'll need to build a mass storage unit. Just like power, mass storage units give you an extra 1,000 storage and can be placed anywhere in your base. There are no limits to how many storage units you can have, however each unit consumes a small quantity of power, so when you do have a lot you may need to build additional generators. Once you've mastered the basics, you'll be able to go it alone or team up with other survivors to build bigger and better projects. This is a house that myself and 2 friends have made. We have incorporated some of the other building options like roofs and railings. Let me give you a tour. Downstairs we have all the main base equipment. Upstairs is the bedroom area and our individual storage boxes. And our balcony is the perfect place to show you the game's emotes. With 3 of us and many lights, power consumption is high, so we have also built a power storage room with an additional power generator. Although lights do use power, it's worth it when the house looks this fantastic at night. As I said before, it does get very cold at night, especially at high altitudes, so you'll want to get inside if you can. I'll turn on the wood burner so I can keep warm and cook meat at the same time. Well, that's about it for the basics, so hopefully now you have a better idea of how to survive the cruel world of subsistence. Thanks for watching. A link to the game is in the description below. Feel free to leave your comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'll leave you with this level 10 bear.